All right, everyone. So we're here to talk about, in this video anyways, we're talking about the 5 new playable characters. Okay, we know 2 of them, but when we saw A, the data mines, and B, this actually came through in the mail the other day, I think some of us were taken aback a little bit on the fact that it's 5 new playable characters. Now, we're gonna get a strike time on Friday, probably with the blog, and I think there's a reason why, maybe with the silhouette, that we didn't exactly get that 5th character, right? So we know that these 2 are A-Force. Okay, so it leaves these 2 into question a little bit, and then what this mystery 5th character may or may not be. And so I guess the broader question is this another Horseman? And so we talked about this before, is that we never got a silhouette actually for patch 6.0, and that's because we had the roadmap, the blog roadmap ahead at the end of February, which discussed the Darkhold team. I don't know if we didn't really know much about Madeline until very, very late in the Marauders rework. I believe that was the Envoy special video that they had to deliver for the patch. But we did find out about this, and you can see here that Morgan has a special background here for denoting that she's Pestilence. And so the question is, are we getting a second Horseman? And why wasn't it on the silhouette? And so maybe that's why it wasn't on the silhouette, is because they didn't want to tease or maybe give away, potentially, who that could have been. And we'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong on this one. That's what kind of makes sense to me. And, let me know, people here in Twitch or people on YouTube, how you guys feel about this and this mystery 5th character. But, I feel like if it wasn't a Horseman, why did they not add it in the silhouette? Did they simply forget? It seems like that's a weird thing to forget about, I guess. And so I think there's a reason why they didn't want to share it. And the only thing that I can think of is because it's actually a second Horseman character. We know that with the timeline for 2022, and we've talked a lot about Scourges, so it feels a bit soon already to be talking about another one, but hey, maybe we actually are. And I don't know which one that's gonna be. A lot of people are teasing that it's actually famine, maybe it's going to be war. I don't know, maybe it's not, maybe it's the other one, I forget. But my point is that what's probably going to be happening is that this is actually a second team. And the 5th character is part of this team with these 2 characters here. And so I think that's likely what's going to happen. The question is this it? Is this 2 plus the 1 going to be the new characters for the new team, plus, say, some reworked characters? So what do we know so far? Well, we know that Cosmic Crucible is around the corner. And we know that there was rumors of a Cosmic Crucible team. We know that A-Force is not the Cosmic Crucible team, because it's like some shitty war offense team that I honestly don't like the look of, and the text and all that. But hey, we're not here to talk about A-Force. We're here to talk about this whatever this is, right? And I think that this might be the Cosmic Crucible team. As far as Horseman goes, we know that there's going to be 1 for each major game mode, and so we already have 1 for Arena. And that leaves Alliance War, Cosmic Crucible, and Raids. And I don't think at this stage that they're prepared to give us a Raid team. I think they want us to wait. RTA, I don't think is going to happen. I really don't think that's happening. But, great. And Blitz is not happening either. But, hey, great enthusiasm there. So what's left really is those 3. And so I think that we will be getting the Cosmic Crucible Horseman. I really fucking hope it's not an Alliance War Horseman, but I think it's going to be the Cosmic Crucible Horseman. And so this leads us to, well, what's the team, right? And I'll be honest, there's been a lot of things going around between particularly this silhouette. I haven't heard as many people jumping out to talk about this silhouette here. So the question is, what are the rumored teams? And I'm not normally someone who jumps into rumors, and for that reason, I'm not necessarily doing so. I'm just suggesting where I think that this team is going to land, and where I think that this is going to be a Cosmic Crucible team, because it only makes sense. I think this was the team that was pushed back from patch 6.0 because that was when Cosmic Crucible was originally supposed to land. And so as Milner said in the chat here, that yes, Excalibur was rumored to be that Cosmic Crucible team. Then Cosmic Crucible got pushed back, right? And then what was suggested to come never came. And so that's why I think that there's a good chance that it's a Cosmic Crucible team. And secondly, it could be Excalibur. And so if that's the case, well, what was the rumors previously about Excalibur? It was Gambit, Rogue, Captain Britain, Psylocke rework, I'm pretty sure. And I can't remember the fifth, actually. Was Morgan Le Fay supposed to be on that, actually? I don't remember what the rumor was for that. But regardless, Angel, Archangel. So is that who we're getting? Who is the Horseman? So there's two things, right? Is it War? Or Death? Sorry, I forgot Death was the other one. Is it either of them? And is it Angel? And here's why I don't think it is Angel. Because they made statements saying that they didn't want the Horseman to be typical Horseman, which to me makes it sound like mostly non-mutant, and they don't want it to be predictable. And I think Archangel is far too predictable in this instance, because he's a very well-known Horseman, and I think at this stage it would be too obvious for Marvel Strike Force to release him as such. Which means then, if it's not him as a Horseman, then is he on this team? Well, unless this is Angel, I don't know. Let's zoom in a little bit further, but I really don't think that this is probably Angel. But you know what? I could be really wrong. I could be wrong. And the question is, who is this, right? And so let's say this is... It's going to go one of two ways. Either this is part one of a 2-patch team. That it's going to be this, and then it's going to roll over, and there's going to be 1 or 2 more characters or something on the next patch in 6.2. I don't know. But if it's just a 1-patch team, then it's going to be these two, plus a possible Horseman, plus 2 old characters. And so Psylocke is still available. It could be a 4-man team. Who knows, right? Like, they love to do this shit. 4-man teams and then bring another character in later. They love to do that. Let's say 4 now and they bring in Captain Britain as a standalone later. Maybe they could do that. But then it makes me wonder, who the heck is this? And that's what I really can't figure it out. This character aside, who a lot of people believe to be Gambit. Is that the case? I'll be honest. I've said before, I don't really care if it is or not. Is it Dazzler? Who knows? Maybe, but like, I'm not sure I'm bothered necessarily. You know, it could be literally. I hope, and you know, and if him or any of his fans watch this, I honestly, I kind of hope that it is Gambit, for the sake of Tana. You know, so let's just throw him a bone. Let's just finally give it to him, so you know we can move on from that. But you know, it's neither here nor there for me. I'm more curious about this. And who is this going to be? And that's what I kind of want to know. Maybe I just don't see it. Because to me, it, you know, if you zoom in really... I don't know. It's like, it could be a bald character. Maybe he's wearing a mask. Right? And like, what's this? Is it a chair? What is this? Is this a cloak? Like a cape or something? Like I don't know. The back of a coat? I don't know. Like, what is this part supposed to be? And that's what I just don't really get. I don't think it's Professor X. Because then is this Excalibur? Then no, it'd be really weird, right? And so where do we go thematically? I think it could be Captain Britain. And let's look ahead. Let's look up. Let's look up. Because Morgan Le Fay is a pretty long name here. And Captain Britain is a little bit longer than this, but if you look at like it could be Dr. Voodoo is pretty long as well. You know, and the way that this is framed, it's angled. So I'm not going to do some math on this on like the dimensions of this border, but the way that it's shown is actually, it could be, and actually that's a good point. It could be CPT Britain, who knows, right? Or they could do something weird, right? Because like the way they did Strange, I don't know, the fucking Strange Supreme Heartless in brackets, like it's super weird. But they've done some strange things before, you know, and so initially, when they did the silhouettes for Star-Lord T'Challa, for example, it was not this long before. It was actually shorter. I believe it was a short, like, T'Challa, and then they later on expanded the box. So I think that there is a possibility this could be Captain Britain, and this could be the Excalibur team all along. And then, so the final question is who is that fifth character, right? And so let's go back to that, wherever I have it. This. The 5 new playable characters. And so let's talk about that Horseman. So if it's Excalibur and it's a Horseman, who is it going to be? Who's left? And there's 2 obvious options. But is that what's going to happen? So, like I said before, I'll be honest, I actually don't want it to be Rogue, but I know people are going to hate me for saying that. But there is a pretty good chance it might be. Because it's not obvious in the sense that it's not something people may have guessed. However, she's still a mutant. And, when I hear not obvious, that they don't want to be obvious, to me that also suggests they didn't want to do mutant characters. But we'll see. And so I don't think it's going to be Angel, because I think that's too obvious, if that makes sense as well. And then the next question comes, well, if it is Rogue, and she's probably obviously a mutant, is this team viable in Doom Raid? Despite it being a Cosmic Crucible team, there's a good chance that some of these characters could be viable in Doom Raid Mutant as well, which would be great. You know, if you could use Rogue and Gambit as a duo in that team, or hell, even Psylocke. If Psylocke got a crazy enough rework, why not? Because Psylocke is technically also an Uncanny X-Men, right? So, unless they remove that trait, she'd still be able to be used in that team in a way, and Uncanny Beast has some, some affiliation there with the Uncanny X-Men. So if the reworks were strong enough, you might be able to move this into a hybrid Doom Raid mutant team, which would be great. Captain Britain, not a mutant, so he would probably be either Bio or Mystic. I hate the fact that I even said Mystic, by the way. But in Marvel Strike Force terms, that could be possible. So just, be careful about that one there. But otherwise, he could be Bio. So what are we looking at? Well, I think this probably is the Excalibur team that was going to be coming. Are we getting all the characters that were suggested? Captain Britain, Gambit, Rogue, Psylocke rework. Who is the other character for this team? Is it a 4-man team? Is it a 5-man team? Is the other character going to be coming in patch 6.2? Those aren't things I'm really here to speculate about necessarily, because I don't really know, but I do know that they're okay with doing 4-man teams. We're getting a 4-man team in the form of Bayforce. We had a 4-man team in the form of Dark Hunters. So we know that they're more than okay with doing less than a full team. So that might be because they want you to put a 5th member in for Cosmic Crucible. That if it's a Cosmic Crucible team, that maybe it's not designed to be a full team. Maybe they want to save Angel for something else, as Angel or Archangel, and maybe he's not coming at all. And hell, maybe we're all wrong and this is actually Dazzler. Where's that photo? I don't have it up anymore. There was a great Reddit thread where people were comparing this to actually being Dazzler, even though A-Force is here. Who really knows, right? And we'll probably find out on Friday. This is just something fun I wanted to post, which is going to be coming out on Thursday morning, so this is probably when you guys are going to be seeing it up on YouTube. And for anyone who's seeing this up on Twitch, well, you get some early access on that. But yeah, I mean, please let me know in the comments down below, within the next 24 hours, who you think it's probably going to be, because the patch is just right around the corner. So we'll find out pretty soon who indeed this is. Most likely Friday, we're going to get the reveal, at least on the strike time, which I think is going to be a potential reveal of a Horseman. If not, then it makes me really question why the hell it's not on the silhouette. That's all. Because if it's, you know, right here, 5 new playable characters. If it's not a Horseman, I would wonder why they dropped the ball and didn't actually just show it to us in the photo. But yeah, you know, give me your speculations in the comments down below. Curious what it's going to be. We don't have long to figure out what that's going to be. Probably less than a day or so. And we'll see you on the blog post. So until then, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you on the blog. Boilon signing out.